Welcome back to the final episode of ChemCon TV here at ChemCon Asia 2026. Today it's a lot about sustainability. An interview on sustainability implementation experiences and the road to decarbonisation, a statement on the latest sustainability trends in Korea, and sustainable stories from Mandai and across Singapore. But first, let's take a look at the key takeaways from Thursday.
Session 8 and 9 introduced regulatory updates in Southeast Asia. One of the countries to take note of, Malaysia. The speaker from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health gave an overview of new system that is coming in place, the IICMS, and this is really fresh off the press. It will replace existing reporting systems, so something for industry to take note of. Of interest as well, the updates from Philippines. It drew a lot of questions as Philippines continues to update and refine their chemical management implementation processes. Over at Vietnam, although the speaker from the Vietnam Chemicals Agency was not able to join us in person, we had a really good speaker from the industry providing an overview of industry best practices as industry learns to navigate the new chemical law and its implementing decrees as well as circulars, the uncertainties around that and the challenges with composition disclosures being asked by customs. We did round off the sessions with a great presentation from Jeff Lee of Procter & Gamble, where he provided a really refreshing take on new substance notification, elements of what makes a good new substance notification, through a study that is being done in collaboration with academia. So overall, I think in summary, a lot happening in this region and a lot more to come as countries continue to refine and improve their chemical management systems.
ChemCon weeks are always informative, but they can be long. So I took a break and headed to Mandai Wildlife Reserve for a very special coffee with Hazim. Great Gibbon coffee, Hazim. Tell me, is this anything like Kopi Luwak, the Indonesian coffee where the beans are eaten and processed by civets? I mean, should we worry about the gibbons here?
No, of course not. Now, Mandai, we are all about conservation, so there's no coffee chewing or drinking by the gibbons. What we do is we grow our coffee beans right below the Canopy forest to prevent deforestation. Now, we sell the Owa coffee right here in Mandai. And do you want more coffee?
Always.
Of course. And then, of course, a gibbon for Wei.
Thank you very much. Let's see if Wei can find a nice tree for this gibbon to swing in.
I did find a tree, but not one a gibbon would recognize. So back in the 1960s, Singapore's founding Prime Minister Mr. Lee Kuan Yew had a very simple vision, a garden city. In the 2000s, we evolved that into a city in a garden, and today we brought it one step further. So today we're trying to be a city living in nature.
And this place, Gardens by the Bay, is the crown jewel of that transformation. Most people look at these massive glass domes and assume this must be one giant, energy-hungry air conditioner. But the real story, hidden in the garden, lies a state-of-the-art biomass power plant. Instead of sending organic horticulture waste to landfills, it's turned into wood chips and used as fuel to produce electricity. The residual heat generated is captured and used to power absorption chillers system to produce chilled water to cool down the air in the glass domes. Heat is also used to power a liquid desiccant system. Think of it as a giant chemical sponge, pulling humidity out of the tropical air before it's cooled. The result? Up to 30% less energy needed to keep these domes comfortable.
And the system connects right here to our iconic super trees. They're not just vertical gardens, they're homes to more than 160,000 vertical plants.
They don't just release, they give back. 7 super trees generate solar power. Even the waste is recycled from the biomass energy plants. Nothing is wasted. Everything is connected.
So standing here, you're looking at our living laboratory. Singapore is trying to prove that you don't need to choose between concrete and canopy. You can build both in a highly engineered, beautifully balanced ecosystem.
I think former Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew would have loved the Gardens by the Bay. His garden city view mirrors the current city and nature concept. Talking about nature in the city, can you tell us more about Singapore's national flower?
I cannot only tell you about it, I would love to show it to you. It's at our Singapore Botanic Gardens over there.
While you go there, we discuss sustainability implementation experiences and the road to decarbonisation in my interview with Andy Yap and Devika Parbhoesingh. What developments in industrial decarbonisation are you most cautiously optimistic about?
Yeah, I think personally, I would say industrial clusters or industrial parks. I think even globally, to the tune of 10,000 of these facility type, large-scale facilities are already present. And there generates substantial economies of scale, whether it is in terms of having a common grid, having a common infrastructure play. If it's something more nascent like CCUS, you could do a hub for the industrial park rather than a siloed asset. So I'm cautiously optimistic in that regard, that there will be policy support around it. There will be better understanding by investors on the risk, and consequently there will be the financing available here.
Yeah, and I think also the growing awareness on plant level is really something I see changing. So they start to see that decarbonization and defossilization can actually contribute to their overall performance, and that's, I think, that mindset change will really help. So that makes me optimistic also about the future.
The full interview can be watched on a YouTube channel. Now let's head back to Wei at the Singapore Botanic Gardens.
So right now we are in the Singapore Botanic Gardens, Asia's first and only tropical UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here we treat our botanical elders with immense reverence. If the tree behind me looks familiar to you, that's because it's one of our most famous Tembusu tree. It's 270 years old, and you might find it at the back of our $5 note.
Its low-hanging branch is so heavy, we've designed a custom dynamic support, a living crutch that allows the tree to sway safely through tropical storms. Engineering in service of nature. And here at the Orchid Garden, we meet Singapore's national flower, the Vanda Miss Joaquin. Over 60 years, Singapore has practiced a unique art, what I call orchid diplomacy. When world leaders visit, we don't hand them a medal. We give them a legacy, a living, breathing orchid. Carefully bred and named in their honor. Step into the National Orchid Garden and you see history in bloom. The orchids that we have are named after dignitaries as well as culture icons. It's a global story, written not in ink, but in petals. In Singapore, even diplomacy grows.
Wei, thank you for your city and nature stories this week. Before we close, any final tips for the weekend?
Absolutely, there's so much more to explore here in Singapore.
Love to hear more. But first, head to Mandai, because there's a surprise waiting for you. And it links to my recent visit there. Hazim, what is the final animal you like to show us?
I want to show you a Colugos, just like this plush. Small and quiet, they're surprisingly hard to find here. But you can find them right here in Singapore and also Mandai. Can you spot it?
Yeah, here it is.
No?
Oh, over there. Hey, time flies when you're having fun, and we had a lot of that here at Mandai. So thank you and your colleagues for showing us around. By the way, I guess the Colugos save their fun for the night?
They don't actually fly. What they do is glide. So they go smooth crossing through the canopies and just one leap up to 200 meters up in the air.
Wow. Hey, we always have a bit of magic at ChemCon TV. Do you think that Wei can glide like a Colugo?
Well, with a little bit of Mandai magic, let's invite Wei to go on the canopy glider 500 meters up in the air. You can see the forest, animals, and the amazing views below you.
Let's watch Wei live from above the trees for his final Singapore suggestions.
So this is amazing!
My first recommendation, come to Mandai. And after that, go local. Start your day with kopi and kaya toast. Because here, we don't drink espresso jet, we drink kopi. Our beans are roasted with sugar and butter, creating a rich caramelized chocolatey body. Then, wander. Get lost in my colourful neighbourhoods. Most of all, experience how Singapore blends nature, city and sustainability, all in one place.
And this is Tiam Wei from ChemCon TV signing off.
Wow, what an incredible Singapore stories this week. I love the city and nature theme. Here it's already time for the statement of the day with Yujeong Son from the Korean Environmental, Industry and Technology Institute. Yujeong, welcome.
Thank you.
Yujeong, Korea is very active in sustainability trends in Korean product regulation. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, Korea is very active. In the public sector, the government is introducing various initiatives such as Korea Eco-Design Policy to enhance industrial sustainability. And among this effort, I am developing the national life cycle inventory database based on the site-specific data. And our main goal is to provide exporting companies with verified high-quality data so they can accurately calculate their environmental footprints.
Okay, thank you. And your statement is?
Reliable data infrastructure is the most critical starting point for industries to achieve global supply chain transparency.
Okay, Yujeong, thank you for your statement. And now it's time for... We start the morning with Australia, Japan, Taiwan, India and the Middle East, followed by an overview on data requirements and generation across the globe. In the afternoon, time for a spotlight on sustainability ambitions and tools, and a reflection on sustainability implementation experiences in the value chain. Once again, thank you for watching. It was our privilege again sharing all the news with you this week. We hoped you liked it, and we look forward to seeing you in March at ChemCon Americas 2027 in Montreal.